What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another FIFA 20 video. Today is going to kind of be a bit of a weird one because not only is this going to be kind of just a message to EA or my thoughts I suppose on some of the happenings in games and some things that are going on, not just in game but in the world as well. But also today guys, my third and hopefully final child was born. So thank you guys for the incredible support. I know if you want to check him out, there's a picture of him up on Twitter. Twitter.com/NepentheZ, and there'll be one up on Instagram as well at a later date, Instagram.com/NepentheZ. And you're probably thinking to yourself, dude, what on earth? You've just had a baby, why are you making a video? Well, mama and baby are asleep right now, and I just came on to see what was on FIFA, and to my surprise, there was nothing on. And I actually don't mean nothing. I mean there was something. The one thing that EA did put in was promo packs, which I think in the current world climate, with the economy in crisis, with the world in crisis, with everybody, or not everybody, but a large chunk of the world's population being forced to stay indoors, it is very, very surprising to me that EA would opt in for, promo packs for this new Team of the Week 2 as the content for today. So what I kind of wanted to do here today was just talk about a few things that I think would be pretty cool, that we could implement into the game real quick, that would benefit people that are stuck indoors in Ultimate Team, that want to play Ultimate Team, that wouldn't, like, I obviously, I don't know the ins and outs of what EA have and haven't got the opportunity to do. I don't really understand how many hoops they have to jump through to get just the most basic of thing up and running. And I don't obviously know what EA have to come. I don't know what Foot Birthday is going to contain or whatever. But you would think that specifically in this week, that we would just get some things. And what I would first like to say is that there is actually a lot of content in the game. There is icon swaps, and then there's a few other bits and bobs in the season objectives. Maldini, Del Piero's story, week 2 bronze, silver and gold, week 1 bronze, silver and gold. You have got, obviously, the milestones that are available, that have been available, which we will come back to in a second. And then the season progress is there. But with people on lockdown, it wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people had already finished all, if not just the majority of this. And then with regards of SBCs, there are a lot of SBCs, But I personally think right now we're in a situation where it's quantity above quality. And I don't think that's the way EA should be going. We talked about this Ashley Young card a couple of videos ago, how these SBCs, in my opinion, just aren't good enough. Nobody would have cared if EA made this guy 4-star 4-star or 4-star 5-star. Nobody would have cared if it was a 91 rated with, a much bigger boost on some stats. Nobody would have cared if they gave him 99 stamina, and, just a bit better stats here and there. People would have enjoyed that, I think. But I think right now, even though there is a lot that you can do, much of it is just generally not worth it. And the reason why I'd say that much of it is just generally not worth it is because of the cards that you can buy with coins. And I know there is a difference between liquid coins and assets in the club. I know not everybody can have, but I know not everybody does have liquid coins. And so they would instead purchase, for example, not purchase, but use the players in their club to grind a Bruno Fernandes or a Jadon Sancho or something along the sorts. But when I look at some of the cards that are available right now, and I want to start with two of the inclusions of this week's Team of the Week 2. We've got Rajan Angolan, who's in form, is 330. His headliner, which is due to go up to an 88 in the next sort of 12 to 36 hours, is going to be around 400k, and it'll probably crash a little bit. I mean, it's only 300k on Xbox. Imagine this with a little +1s and 2s everywhere else. This is a monster card for a mere 380,000 coins or 300,000 coins on Xbox, which really isn't difficult to achieve in this day and age to get this many coins. And I'm not going to say his endgame because I don't think he's quite endgame like where it's at. But when you look at like just a card like this for 300 and some odd thousand coins, and even if you put like a Deadeye on him and use him as an attacking player, a Maestro and use him as an attacking player, comparatively to Bruno Fernandes, who is up near 1 million coins right now for the SBC price. Now, don't get me wrong, this card is also brilliant, but this is an untradeable card that you can't do anything with other than use or not use for 1 million coins versus a tradable card that is a live item that could get more potential upgrades for 380 or 300,000 coins, there is very little incentive unless you are a Bruno Fernandes fan, a Man United fan, a Portuguese fan, a Liga NOS fan, or whatever it may be, a card collector. There's little to no incentive to actually complete this, because not only is he 1 million coins, when you just go to the Premier League and you look at the cams that are available for even less than 1 million coins, you've got this De Bruyne, you've got this De Bruyne. I mean, you've got informed De Bruyne, but we're not even going to look at him. You've got this David Luiz shapeshifter card. You've got the Richarlison. No, he's too expensive. You've got what was I looking at? The Bruno Fernandes winter refresh card, which is literally five face card stats different. And what we're talking about in terms of in-game stats, we're talking about it's like 30 stats, 27 stats, 27 bonus in-game stats. And the price point is 663,000 and tradable versus 1 million coins and untradeable. And again, I do understand and I take into consideration the fact that not everybody has liquid coins. Some people take assets on purpose, untradeable assets on purpose to get double, to be able to do these SBCs a lot more efficiently. I personally don't think that should be taken into consideration with SBCs. I personally think the SBCs that are untradeable should have a far lower general value because you can't do anything with them afterwards. They should be good value. And then when we look at other players that are available, now David Luiz is not necessarily a cam, although you can play him there as a 91 rated. I wouldn't recommend it with that balance, with the 3-star. But, you're looking at like a high-end midfielder from the Premier League for less than 1 million coins. Kevin De Bruyne, now this is definitely a player that with a Deadeye becomes a monster cam, with a Maestro becomes a monster cam, akin, very similar to Bruno Fernandes. Maybe not quite the same on agility and balance, but he has that 5-star weak foot. He's got 93 stamina. He's nice and tall. And in general, this KDB is, look at that, 400k for a 93. And then he has a 94 right now, which is 700k. So even this is cheaper than that Bruno Fernandes. And again, is even better still. And then the 95 right now is 1.3. It's only been in packs for 30 minutes. This is going to come way down below 1 million coins as well. And so you're going to end up getting a 97 rated cam with really jacked up stats for, 1 million-ish or so coins. And so when I look at what the game is right now and I think about where the world is right now, and I read from EA a piece that they put on Twitter, which leaves me a little bit excited. I just assume that maybe this is coming with Foot Birthday, but it reads, stay home and play together. In a time when we need to stay physically apart, it's amazing to see how people are using games as a way to be together. We want to share these inspiring stories with the world and help everyone find more ways to connect through play. Stay safe, stay home, play together. It's interesting to me, some of the narrative used here, because it says, we want to help everyone find more ways to connect through play, whereas Ultimate Team itself is actually a very, very lonely experience in gaming. Yes, you play against somebody, but unless you're sat in the same room with a person, you can't play with somebody in this game mode. And it's something that I've really, really wished for a long, long time, is online cooperative play. I know PES have it, and PES have had it for a couple of years, but I would love nothing more than to go into a draft and say to Skills, hey Skills, I'm about to build a draft to glory. Come on board, pick some of my choices, play the games with me, let's have a laugh. It's impossible. You can't do it. You're playing by yourself. Everything is by yourself or against somebody. And so it would be amazing if I know they have the capability to do it, because you can do it in clubs, you can do it in head-to-head. They have like a 2v2s mode or whatever. You can play online with friends in FIFA already, so they have the capability to do it. So it would be amazing to see an online team play section of FIFA Ultimate Team. The next thing that I want to go to before we get to a few other bits that I would like to see, and this is something that I have been banging on about for literally for the whole year, but something that I think now more than ever before EA could really take hold of and give people something to do, is the Milestones section. Since release, we got Rivals, Squad Battles, and Champions as the first 3 milestones. Over a period of a few months, We then got the Premier League, La Liga, League One, Serie A, and Bundesliga base players. That, of course, says you'll have a future upgrade opportunity. And true to their word, they gave those future upgrade opportunities, and you can now get the upgraded cards as well from those same leagues. But that is it for Milestones. And so now EA have an opportunity to put in Milestones with players that are very similar to already achievable, earnable cards that are not necessarily at or above the current power curve within the game, but at the very least close to the power curve. And some of those cards that, for me personally, I love in this game, that I think would be a really good asset, would be something like this Eden Hazard. Obviously not as a milestone, but even why not? Why not put like a 95 rated card in milestone section and just make it a grind to get? People have got time to play the game now. They're on the game a lot now. Well, in FIFA's case, I actually think they're probably not on the game a lot now. I think a lot of people are probably logging on at 6 o'clock, seeing that there's not a lot going on in the game in terms of new or engaging content. Again, it's about quality over quantity. And then they're logging off and going on to a different game. Football Manager was free for a week. What did I see today that was free for 3 days? Assassin's Creed is free right now for 3 days. Rockstar Games are doing massive things with their game to try and get people involved. From what I understand, Call of Duty are currently running tests for 5-man squads instead of 3-man, and a 200-player lobby instead of a 150-player lobby for more people to play at once. Like, a lot of games are doing a lot of things for the people that are playing their games, and FIFA don't seem to be. And I use the term "seem to be" again because I don't have the ins and outs. I don't know what they're doing in the Vancouver offices or behind the scenes. I don't know what's to come with Foot Birthday, but I can only speak on the experiences specifically of this week when everyone's been put in lockdown. And this has arguably been one of the lowest content weeks we've ever had in FIFA 20, which is surprising because you would think upon this week it would be one of the highest content weeks. But going through some more of these players, for example, this 92 Red Sattler, I got this from the Player Days promo for winning 18 Foot Champs games in a weekend. Why not just make every weekend league have that as well? So every weekend people are just getting more reds. Will it interfere with the economy of the game? Sure it will. Does it really matter? I don't think so. We're nearly into April. Who even knows if there's going to be a team of the season this year or not because of the crisis that the world is in? Who cares if you give people that get 18 wins one more 88 plus card? All that I'm going to end up doing with a card like that, unless I get lucky with like a Salah, is going to end up putting it in a mid-icon pack, and then my mid-icon is going to be some basic guy that I can't really use anyway. So you're not really going to lose much, if you're EA. From what I understand, of course, again, like somebody from EA may be watching this thinking, well, actually, this would have a dramatic impact on the market. And of course, we're just not privileged to that kind of information. When I look at some of the other cards that we literally played for, not SBC'd, not earned as red cards, but played for, this Ziyech, now I don't have too many games on him, because why I don't have too many games on him we'll get into in a second, of something that I think would be amazing for EA, and I really, really wish they would go back to implementing this sort of stuff, but it's because I can't fit him into a team. It's just really difficult to get him into a team without having to sacrifice something or someone somewhere. Yes, I can use him if I use Tagliafico and Quincy Promes. I don't want to use Quincy Promes. I want to use a different left wing that I love to use, right? But this card was brilliant. Achievable via just grinding the game, high rated, top tier stats, 5-star skill moves, very meta outside of the 2-star weak foot. Brilliant card. We also had what else did we have to play for? This Joe card, let me tell you something, guys. This is a monster card. If you didn't grind for him, you missed out. He is a big card. Yes, he's got medium-low work rates, which suck in FIFA. But once you learn where players are positioned with the medium-low work rates, it becomes a little bit easier to utilize them. 4-star, 4-star, 6'4". He's a bit heavy on balance, but his agility is actually not bad. So with the right chem style, and I've got a sniper on him to boost that agility, he's a machine, man. Yeah, he's only got 80 stamina, so 45th, 60th minute, you might be wanting to bring on your Dan James or your Ryan Kent or something like that. Or you're a Dama Troy or a headliner or whatever. But for the time that you'll have with him on the field, he has 98 composure. With the sniper, he has top-end finishing, otherwise top-end dribbling, 99 strength, unbelievable sprint speed. I used this guy in a weekend league where I finished 11-0, and also in a weekend league where I finished 18-4. Obviously, I used him at the back end of that one, and he's got 22 goals and 11 assists in 22 games. I love playing with him. You've also got Osimhen that we worked for. You've also got Akanji that we worked for. You've also got Dzeko and Ozil that we worked for. All of these players, all of these card types that you see, player of the months, and what are these ones called? League players, and road to the final cards, and headliners, and future stars, and shapeshifters, and league SBCs. There is an absolute wealth of players that are so difficult to squeeze into teams unless you completely and dramatically change everything that you've got going on. And so I would urge EA two things. I would love to see two things. The first thing I would love to see, as I say, is in the milestone section, just something from these card types working towards a better version of one of the card types. So put in milestones, shapeshifter upgrade, or whatever it may be. And you can go a multitude of ways with what you have here. The first way you could do is you could just offer as the reward a shapeshifter pack. So you just get a one pack. Let's say you grind the objectives, score 50 goals with shapeshifters in, world class or higher on squad battles or rivals or champs or draft. Play 100 games, get 50 assists, score 30 long shots, score 20 headers, yada, yada, yada. And at the end of it, you get a shapeshifters pack. But once you claim that shapeshifters pack, it resets. So it's repeatable. So you can keep grinding and keep getting another shapeshifters pack. It's not going to take a day or half a day or 3 days. This should be content that might take you 5 or 6 or 8 days, depending on the value. And imagine even in the milestones, Team of the Year pack. Don't make it repeatable, one time only. You get a Team of the Year player pack, but make it, a chore, a true grind. If you're grinding and you're going to get yourself a guaranteed Team of the Year, a guaranteed Prime Moments icon, a guaranteed Prime icon from playing the game through milestones, I'm all for that because it can give use to these card types, right? It can give use to these card types in the milestone section. The other thing that I would love to see, first and foremost, that what I would love to see is kind of a combination of a few things. I would genuinely love to see an updated reward set because right now I think Foot Champs and Rivals are generally abysmal with what they offer in return. With Rivals, it's difficult. What I personally would do is something I've talked about in previous years is I would just have my rewards, and in each division that you're in, EA will reward a different player, and with each rank that you finish within that division, the player will scale up. So like the Future Stars cards, like that Osimhen that started out as a 79 and you upgraded to an 88. Imagine here like I don't want to use Martinelli. Let's use Saka. Imagine you get like a 76 rated Rivals Saka for finishing in, what division am I in? Division 3, rank 5. An 80 rated for rank 4, an 84 rated for rank 3, an 88 rated for rank 2, and a 90 rated for rank 1. Yeah, sure, loads of people are going to get a 90 rated Saka. Tell you what that will do, that will stop people deranking, because in Division 4, it's a lesser card with lesser meta stats that has a lower total overall at the top end. Division 5, a lesser card with lesser meta stats that has a lower overall total. But for Division 5 players, imagine picking up like an 88, I don't know, an 88, geez, let me just see the first player that's on my timeline. An 88 Engelhardt, the German goalkeeper, right? An 88 rated version of him. He could be an addition to people's teams. So I would like to see that in here. But in Champs, I really would like to see a massive change in how the Champs reward structure is changed. And it comes twofold from things that I would like to see in this game. And the first thing that I think is really important is that I think promo cards, obviously in an off week, this is where like it would come into a bit more interesting and a bit more fun in my opinion. But in off weeks where there's no promos in packs, I think that when you see all 4 rewards, I think these red player picks, whatever round you finish at, should have a promo set of players, even if it's handpicked by EA. So they're like, okay, these are the 10 cards. We've got 2 Future Stars, 2 Shapeshifters, 2 Team of the Week moments, 2 player moments that were SBCs that you're now able to get as red versions, and 2 icons, 2 prime icons. And so you've got a chance of them showing up along with the Team of the Week. I think that would be amazing. And then during the actual promo weeks, for example, when Winter Refresh was on, why not just have either the rewards in there with the team of the week, or just the rewards there, or the higher you get, and I know EA can do this because they've done this before with different things, is have it as 2-player pick special items, but you're guaranteed one winter refresh player. Now, only one. It might be the worst one. It might be a good one. It might only be one. It might be 3, but you're guaranteed at least one. That sort of stuff would get me playing FUT Champs again. But the thing that I think EA are missing with Champs, and I know this will be quite contentious. I know a lot of people will disagree with my opinion here. I know a lot of people will probably agree with my opinion here. But there is very little point in having a lot of the players that we have on offer, because you get penalized for playing with players off chemistry and out of position, right? And I personally don't think that should be something that EA are pushing. I think they should push something that is fun and good. And so this is a team that I put together of some of my favorite players. However, it's not the entire team that I would like to play with, because I would like to play with this guy here. I would not like to play with him. I would like to play with, for example, this Ziyech. And I would like to play with Osimhen over Joe. I can't, for the life of me, put this team together and get reasonable enough chemistry to the point where I don't lose stats on players for playing them, right? I'm playing him in his right position, with a manager that suits him, but because my total team chemistry is so low, I'm getting punished, I'm getting penalized for just having him on the field. And so what I would love to see from EA in FUT Champs is one thing in general. I basically would like to see them bring back themed FUT Champs runs. They did it in FIFA 17. I can't remember if they did it in FIFA 18 as well, but in FIFA 17 for sure, they had situations where you had to use a minimum of 5 silvers. All French players or all English players, you had to use a maximum 84 rated overall squad with minimum of silver as the subs on the bench. Things like this would be great, but with what they have in the game right now, in friendlies, and again, I know they can apply this anywhere, but they have some cool features. I would love to see one weekend league of max chemistry. All those players you just put together, all those players you've worked for this whole year that just sit in your club as dead weight, that you don't want to use into SBCs because you worked for that player or because just in case EA do something, give us a weekend league where the max chemistry rules apply, where every player, no matter where you play them or how, will get 10 chemistry. I would love that. The teams I would build, the players, the teams you would come up against, it would just create a much more passive atmosphere in this game. There would still be sweaty people. It would still be semi-toxic. I know people would still be toxic with this game. But it would create a world where we could have some fun with, at the very least, the teams and the players that we've been working all year to grind towards. For what reason? There's no reason to use these games in the game. And I would genuinely love to have a reason through milestones, through rivals, through champs, and through the restrictions within champs. I can't imagine EA will ever do mystery ball in champs, as much as I would love to see it. I can't imagine they'll ever do it. But imagine a swaps in champs, man. I don't know how. I don't know how easy the realms of just adding something in the game are. It's easy for me to say just create a new game mode and make it a 10-game weekend league instead of a 30-game weekend league. Make it one of the friendly sections and give just one red player pick and scale up and down for where people finish. It's easy for me to say that. It's probably not quite easy to do that, let alone code it or get it approved or have it, go through all the relevant hoops that I know it has to go through within EA to be approved. But just to put max chemistry out there in FUT Champs, I don't think would be too difficult. I know it's possible because you can do it in clubs as well. So I would just like to say to EA right now, I love this game. This game has genuinely changed my life. I owe a massive debt of gratitude to the people that create this game, that run this game and maintain this game. I owe my success to the foundation of what this game is. I owe a lot of what I have in my life to this game. And I love this game a lot. And I log on to this game for more hours than it probably is worth every single day, just hoping for something to change, for hoping for something a little bit better. And it now is the time for it to come. Everybody is locked down. Everybody is shut down. Everybody is just turning to games for comfort or release or to get themselves away from what's happening. Maybe they're ill. Maybe they've got a loved one that's ill. you know, from what's happening in the world. And it would just be great for EA to start bringing people together by doing things that would massively benefit the community, rather than what we currently have, which is, as I say right at the start, we have promo packs. You know, we have something that costs your coins or FIFA points in a time where the world is in economic meltdown, and there's nothing for people to work toward in terms of quality content. There is lots of things to work toward, but they're generally not good enough for this stage of the game. And for me, that's unacceptable. So we will end off with one of the promo packs just because we can. And we're not going to get bored out of it. And I urge you guys not to open the promo packs either. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, be sure to leave a like, rate, and comment. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.